There we go. So what I want to start off with is just a little bit of an overview of the different types of non-variable products that we've got in Infigo. And this is just the sort of primary ones. I've kept these products as simple as I possibly can. I've not added any bells and whistles onto them, just because I want you to know what they do fundamentally before we start turning on settings and changing things and whatever else. Okay, so let's start off with the most basic type, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with, which is stock products. So stock products are, what's the best way to describe them is, well, the description there. So kind of like a pre-manufactured good that's produced in bulk and kept in inventory for immediate sale. So this is where we're talking about things like off-the-shelf products, pick and pack products, pre-printed products, where you have a stock of them available and then someone orders them. There's no printing or special processes required. You just go and pack it in a box and send it off. That is a stock product. Not really any bells and whistles. When you're coming to adding it to basket and going through the checkout, there's no sort of artwork associated with it or anything like that. You are just directly putting that product in the basket and then proceeding through the checkout process. Nice and easy. So the next one I want to show you is static PDF. You'll see this one here is the only one that's actually got an image as part of the basic product. And that's because when we provide a static PDF to this type of product, it updates the image automatically if we want it to, just with an image of the first page of the PDF we upload. So a PDF is pre-uploaded to this product and it can't be modified really once it's in place. We can upload a new PDF to the product if we wish to do so, of course. And then when an order for the static PDF product is placed, the PDF is provided to the print operator as the required output file that's ready to print. So it is just a static PDF that's sitting in the background. An order is placed. That then becomes available in shared print operations, or if you've connected your system to hot folders or anything else, that artwork can be pushed there as well. But it doesn't mean it's variable. It is still static, the PDF that you have provided. Now, later on in the process today, we'll be going through the setup process of a static PDF product. It is super simple, but I'll leave it where we are for now. However, in terms of the customer experience, they still don't have much more going on in terms of special considerations. They just add it to basket and then they go through the checkout process. When you've got the static PDF, you do have the ability to control how the preview is displayed. And this is something else I'll show you a bit later on. So my PDF I've uploaded is one page, so I've kept it as a nice simple image, but you can have it as kind of like a flip book or just scrolling through pages. There's various ways you can have it displayed. And I'll show you this a little bit later on. Next is a multi-part product. Now, based on its regular use case, a multi-part product is a bit of a misleading name, in my opinion. So what it's mostly used for is as an upload product. So whilst it does have some more advanced capabilities, which we're not really going to be covering today, the primary purpose of a multi-part product is to use as an upload space. So if you want to provide that your customer with a product they can select, but they need to provide the artwork, they can upload a relevant PDF and then proceed into the basket and through the checkout process. Okay. And then as these uploaded PDFs that the customer has provided are associated with a particular product, they'll have associated pricing, shipping capabilities, and whatever else you've provided once you proceed through the ordering process, just like any other type of product. And then, of course, once you've gone through the ordering process, that uploaded PDF is then provided to the print operator in our shared print operations, or it can go via hot folders or into the MIS, however you have your system linked up. Now, the multi-part product has a second purpose, which is also for versioning products. So I want to show you a couple of different examples here of a very simple setup. One is my standard multi-part product example. Again, I've kept the example here really, really simple, just to not really add any complexity. The only thing I've done in this case is added a few attributes. And again, attributes we'll cover a little bit later on. The only reason I've done this is that when we now hit the start button, which is a feature of the multi-part product, that will take us to this very recently updated editor at the time we're doing this, of course. And this updated editor is just to make it a lot more user-friendly for those that are using it for the upload purposes that it's normally used for. So what you can see is that we've got our attribute selections over on the left-hand side. So it's showing us what we've selected in terms of that product. We've got things such as upload requirements. So if you want to try and control what your customer is able to actually upload and what they should be uploading. And then, of course, you've got an area here to either drag and drop or to select a file. So let me just find something to do a drag and drop in here. So I'll drag and drop a PDF. And then it will immediately give us a preview of the first page. And then we can proceed to the general preview and then adding it to our basket. And again, I'll be going through the basic setup of a multi-part product in a few minutes' time. Okay. Right. So the next type of product is still the multi-part, but it is the versioned multi-part. So what this basically means is that we can apply, or we can put one product through the ordering process as such, but we can have multiple versions of that product. So this is great. This was mainly developed for the label space. So, but is applicable to other areas, I'm sure. This is kind of like, let's say you want to order a few thousand units of something, but you want a few different designs on those units. And you want to be able to price it as appropriate to give the easiest pricing or the best deal to your customers. So what you can do is you, still using the multi-part product, can say how many versions you have of that particular product, how much you want of each of those, and then we can click on upload and it will give us this slightly changed upload editor where we have the ability to apply a different artwork to each version. So I'll drag and drop to this one, for example. I can change the quantity if I wish to. Then I can proceed to preview to make sure I'm happy. Save and next, and then the same one here. Once we've uploaded all of our products in that way, or pieces of artwork, you can see we've got it loaded into our versions here. We can add that to basket. And then that comes into our basket as two separate order lines. So you'll see if I expand that entry we've just put in, I'll have two different order lines. And it will go through into shared print operations as such as well. Now, one thing I should mention about this uploaded editor format before I proceed, just for those that are a bit more familiar with Infigo. If you are creating a brand new storefront, I believe this updated multi-part editor will automatically be enabled on your multi-part products. You can turn it off if you wish to do so. But for those that want to put this on existing storefronts, you do have to enable it. So those that were existing before we implemented the functionality. So this is now testing my memory. I think this might be in the Infigo settings. If I just search for multi-part. So there's an option here in Infigo settings, which is use new multi-part editor UI. If you have that turned on, this slightly reformulated editor will be made available. And again, that's just a bit more friendly for those that are just using it for upload purposes. Right, the next type of product we have is probably a slightly lesser used type. I'm not going to be going through how to set this up today, but there are other tutorials and resources on this if you are interested in what it's capable of. So this is kit product. This allows you to give the user the choice of adding multiple products to the basket through a single landing page. And this can be very useful in allowing the user to select different order line quantities and can theoretically serve as an alternative to using a category if you wish to do so as well. An example use case is for a predefined pack of corporate products or something like that. So a single kit product would act as a parent product, bringing together multiple separate defined child products. So for this corporate pack, it could be a pen, a t-shirt, a thumb drive, whatever you want to include in there. So I've got a very basic example of one set up here. There's a few different bits and types of information that you can have included, such as whether products are mandatory, if you want to allow the quantity to be changed, and if you want to assign names to the kit that you are utilizing. And go ahead and add that one to basket. That comes in as a kit. And again, we have multiple different order lines available. Okay, and then the final product type I want to very briefly run through before we move on to something else is the multi-product custom product, which is a bit of a mouthful. So this is a product which links to various additional child products. So again, I've got a very, very basic example of one here. It's possible to create a product landing page that has multiple products linked to it. So rather than having multiple product pages across a category, you could link several child products to this one parent product. So an example might be if you're trying to sell a poster product or something like that, where you have multiple different sizes available. So in Europe, it might be A1, A2, A3, and so on. But then you would have one of these parent products, which is just the poster itself. And then you'd have buttons available where if someone clicks it, it's that size of poster that gets added to their basket. So again, our incredibly basic example here, no bells and whistles. I've got my one parent product, which is the multi-product custom product. And then I've got that linked to a couple of child products. And if I click either of those, that is the product that gets added to my basket.